What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to another week of Just a Fan Podcast. Hey, yes, we did start a few minutes early because guess what? This man right here to my right, the grease is extremely hot. Extremely hot. And I'm going to tell you how hot it is, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, short of all ages, you know how you tell your kids, don't touch the stove because it's hot? That's how hot it is. So, let's get started. I am the quarter host, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing, NFL Encyclopedia, Coach Williams. Down below, former wide receiver, closest thing to the NFL, Steve White. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
That direction, I just told you, that grease is hot. That grease is hot. That grease is so hot.
They're not even smiling today.
It's hotter than the sun. Pando, what's up, man?
I'm serious. I can't stand stupid stuff. I'm allergic to it. I break out in the ass whoopings.
Uh-oh. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let me tell you something. For everybody that has smoked for me on TikTok, I hope you bring your tail on the show right now so I can ether your ass on this show tonight. Because I made some comments on TikTok about this Trey Lance trade to Dallas, and once I presented facts to you, you ain't had nothing else to say other than stupid stuff. So now's your opportunity. Ain't nothing but an opportunity. And that went to L. So let's go. So first of all, I want to talk about
Wait, what? So this is what happened, okay? It's Friday. And I'm on my phone, okay? And my thing starts beeping. I get all these beeps. Okay. And to my surprise, and yes, I'm still surprised right now at 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. I'm still a little bit surprised. What shows up on my phone, it says that the Dallas Cowboys trades for San Francisco 49ers quarterback, his quarterback, one of them, Trey Lance, for a 4th-round pick. Now, I knew that they was talking about trading him, and okay, fine. But I was not expecting Dallas to do this. I was shocked when it happened, and like I said, I'm still shocked to this day, right now, at this time. Steve, I want you to tell me, how does it affect Dak Prescott and the quarterback situation in Dallas first?
We can say the best for last, which is E.
Yes.
So I'm visiting a family in Maryland, visiting a family. My boy Vance tells me about the trade. I had to Google it. I said, oh, I ain't been in Marco Polo all day. I said, oh, man, I got to see what Pando has to say. Pure entertainment. But I'm going to let him go off in a second. I couldn't believe it. It puts pressure on that. It's a fact. Jerry Jones is about the results from Dak, which haven't been there, more so than the respect. He's towards the end of his contract. It puts fire up under him. Now he has pressure to perform as an NFL quarterback, getting paid what he gets paid. I love the pressure. I like Trey Lance. If we can develop him, that's a great ad. That's all I have. That's we won in that trade. Now let's go to Pando right now.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta give something too now.
Okay.
I gotta give something too now.
Okay.
Hold on, I got you. Okay. Let's look at Trey Lance, okay? And Dallas Cowboys gave him a 4th-round pick. First of all, 4th-round pick for a quarterback with that much upside is fantastic, okay? Now, here's a quarterback. When in high school, he didn't play a lot of games. I also understand that the offense his high school ran is Steve's favorite offense, the wing T offense. Okay. So when you run a wing T offense, for those who don't know football, because we do have some people who listen who don't know football that well, if you run a wing T offense, you're running the ball 90 to 95% of the time. Okay. That means Trey Lance did not throw the ball a whole lot. And like I said, he didn't play a lot of games in high school. He gets to North Dakota State University. He plays in 19 games again, okay? Which I'm sure he had way more opportunities to throw the football than he did in high school in the wing T offense, but even still, it's only 19 games. When it comes out of college, you have coaches and GMs who say this kid has a lot of upside. And if you develop him correctly, he could possibly be something special. So to get a 4th-round pick for Trey Lance, who hasn't done a whole lot as far as being a quarterback, period, is fantastic for Dallas. Okay, like you said, Steve, Dak Prescott is on the hot seat. He has they can get out of the contract after this year. I don't think they will, but he has he has another year left on the contract. But then he also has 2 more voidable years.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they void it out, especially if they do a great job of developing Trey Lance. And I tell you, Dallas has something to look forward to in the future if they, like I said, they develop him correctly.
Yeah.
Talk to us about how you feel about this Trey Lance trade on San Francisco.
Okay, so first of all, let me say this. Y'all know this is hard for me to say. This is very hard for me to say. Yes, they still have Cooper Rush. I'm going to get to that in a minute, DeMarion. This is very difficult for me to say, but hats off to Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys for fleecing the idiot that is John Lynch. That's the first thing. They got fleeced. And I'm going to tell you why Dallas won this trade going away. It was a blowout win. If Trey Lance somehow develops into what he's supposed to be or what people envision him to be who have sense, Dallas only gave up a 4th rounder for him. If Trey Lance turns out to be a complete and total bust, Dallas only gave up a 4th rounder for him. It's a win-win situation. Low risk, high reward. Bottom line. So there's that part. Okay, so Dallas made off like gangbusters in this trade. John Lynch is an idiot. Okay, pretty much. You gave up 3 first-round draft picks to draft Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan is culpable in this too because bottom line, you did very little to develop him. When he did get a chance to start, you used him like a doggone fullback. Runs up the middle. 16 design runs on the game that he broke his ankle on. 16 design runs. He breaks his ankle. And I just want to add, when he broke his ankle in that game, all those players came to the cart when he was being carted off. You know who didn't come out and see him at the cart? You know who, fellas? Who didn't? Kyle Shanahan.
Coach.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been set up for failure since he got to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Which further leads me to believe that Kyle Shanahan didn't want it.
Yeah.
I think Shanahan wanted Mac Jones. I think Lynch wanted Justin Fields. And I think they split the difference with Trey Lance. And they set him up for failure. So moving forward, you bring in Sam Darnold, who is known as a perennial bust. He's on his 3rd team, has had 55 starts, but can't stay on the team. And you have him become the 2nd-string quarterback under Brock Purdy. What kind of sense does that make?
Not at all.
A guy who has had 4 starts versus 55 starts. But I got asshats in the comment section in every TikTok talking about Sam Darnold has more upside. Since when? Since when? I'm gonna give you an analogy, and I said it on the TikTok page. If you have an apple tree in your backyard that's been there for 15 years and ain't never produced not one damn apple, and you go and buy a sapling and you plant it in your backyard, and after 4 weeks you pull the sapling out because it's like, you know what, it ain't no good, but we gonna go with this tree right here. This tree right here is this ain't never gave you an apple. Ain't never gave you Apple. Thank you for pulling that up. Thank you for pulling that up, Brandon, which brings me to my next point. For everybody that's talking about Sam Darnold did so well and Trey Lance didn't ball out in the preseason and everything else like that. Here, right now, you're looking at the stats from all 3 preseason games that the 49ers played. Now, look at Trey Lance and look at Sam Darnold's stat line. They threw the same amount of passes. They completed the same amount of passes. They had the exact same completion percentage. Trey Lance threw for 3 more yards. They threw for the same amount of touchdowns. They threw for the same amount of interceptions. But you want to know what the difference is? Trey Lance did that in 2 games. It took Sam Darnold 3 games to do that. He played in 3 games. But you want to sit up here and tell me that Sam Darnold is somehow better than Trey Lance? Really? Well, he looked a mess in the Raiders game. He hadn't played since doggone September of 2022. Go off.
I want to interject if I can.
Go ahead, man.
The deal structure is important too. People have to understand what was given up for what. It is equivalent to San Fran trading 3 picks to get Trey Lance where they got him. And then it's like them trading a 4th pick in that same draft to Dallas. So it's pretty much like we got Trey Lance and Micah Parsons in the same first round of the same year.
Absolutely. This is thank you for bringing that point up, Steve, because this is what the layman does not understand. This is what the average casual fan that only looks at box scores and highlights on ESPN.
And we're rivals.
And that's the thing. And we agree on this. We are rivals and we agree, which brings me to my next point. You had 2 AFC teams that were interested in Trey Lance, the Ravens and the Bills. If you think he has any type of value, you get him out of conference as quickly as possible. It's a huge no-no to trade within conference. It's an even bigger no-no to trade to a team who is contending just like you.
Yep.
That is the dumbest thing ever. Hey, I'm about to fight you. We meet on the street about to fight. Hey, man, I'm carrying a pistol. Here, take my pistol.
It's almost as bad. I'm asking Brandon, almost as bad as what? Charles Haley, Ken Norton Jr. thing? Same thing to Dallas.
And it always came back.
Yeah, you're right. Because Charles Haley came from San Francisco to Dallas. Ken Norton went from Dallas to San Francisco, and Deion went from San Francisco to Dallas.
I think Deion might have been a free agent, though.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Ken Norton Jr. was a free agent.
It does matter. It does matter because it wasn't a trade. Like, here, you take him.
Well, okay. Well, then Charles Haley's the only trade, I think.
Right. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, because Ken Norton was a free agent. You're right. Yeah. Ken Norton was a free agent. But the thing is that it's so idiotic. And this is not the first time, because you got so many delusional Niner fans and Dallas fans. I'm going to get on y'all tail in a minute too. Just hold on. I got to start with my fan base first. We got so many delusional Niners fans. Well, Trey Lance wasn't that good anyway. Well, we got something for him. You got a 4th rounder. They drafted Jake Moody in the 3rd round, a damn kicker in the 3rd round. So you're literally saying that Trey Lance is worth less than the kicker that you drafted that can't hit the side of a barn. You cannot defend this. There's nothing. I dare you. Come in the comment section. Try to compete with this. I dare you, and watch me ether you off of this doggone screen. You can't make it make sense at all. And this is the beginning of a plethora of the problems that John Lynch has. Oh, well, they're a winning team. Okay, keep it up. This season looking real 9-8-ish. Because really as I go on, you let Robbie Gould walk out of San Francisco, the kicker. You reach like Plastic Man reach. Like Mr. What's the dude name on Fantastic Four?
Like Stretch Armstrong.
Like
Mr. Fantastic.
Reed Richards. You reach in the 3rd round for a kicker and then find out he's an absolute dud in preseason when there's no pressure. Then you go to double down and sign Zane Gonzalez, who is absolute unwiped ass as a kicker. But Robbie Gould's sitting at home. So riddle me this. How was that even smart? And both kickers are hurt right now. Mason Crosby still sitting at home. Robbie Gould still sitting at home. But you put Jake Moody on the roster, on the final roster.
Wow.
And don't let none of this distract you from the fact that Nick Bosa, the defensive player of the year, has not been signed yet, even though John Lynch sat up and talked about how we budgeted to sign Nick Bosa. The season's going to start next week, and the deal has not been done yet. They're not even close to a deal. So, yeah, don't worry, Eric. They'll get it done before week 1. You know what typically happens to players that hold out and don't come in until week 1? They pull hammies. They pull groins. So what you going to do when Nick Bosa pulls up and he's out for 3 or 4 weeks? What kind of pass rush will you have then? The defense is already going to take a decline because anytime you switch defensive coordinators, it takes a little bit of a step back. So now you need your kicker more than you ever needed him.
Oh, yeah.
You need your pass rush more because you're playing a tougher schedule. You're seeing tougher opponents, which means a lot of games are going to be determined by a field goal or less. And now you got people that can't make field goals.
And then not just that, the pass rush kicker and then the quarterback depth, man. It's like you have to see I would think you have to see Trey Lance's contract out to make the trade make sense. To say at least we tried.
It makes no sense, Steve. None.
But look, Steve.
All of those reasons that I listed. That you don't trade to your doggone conference rival who's what and what with you. Think about it. San Francisco beat Dallas this year. San Francisco beat Dallas this year. It was a close game. San Francisco beat Dallas last year. It was a close game. So, and what was the difference? Crappy quarterback play. That was it.
Yep.
That was it. That was all. So let's send him a quarterback. Literally, we in the alley. I'm about to fight you. I'm carrying a doggone gun. I say, here, take my pistol. Now let's fight.
That's a good analogy.
I mean, yeah, it's bad. You know, you gave up 3 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick for this guy, and you did nothing to develop him. You did nothing at all to make sure that he is the franchise quarterback that you need him to be to win you some Super Bowls. Not just get you to the playoffs.
And it goes back to what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It goes back to what I'm saying about Kyle Shanahan not being a developer of quarterbacks. They got lucky when they got Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Traded us for Lutz. Yeah, we done took Will Lutz. Will Lutz a good kicker. Thank you, Titus.
So Eric,
and the thing is, I mean, there was 2 trades today dealing with kickers. There was 2 trades today dealing with kickers. That was one of them. I think the other one was New England sending the kickers, I think, to Denver. Or somebody went to Denver, and New England sent a kicker somewhere. And
San Fran had 2 kickers. One of them they gave him injury settlement to and cut him. The other one, he's injured, but they let him stay on the roster instead of just go ahead and putting him on IR and signing somebody. John Lynch. John Lynch people.
So Eric, I feel like your shirt is talking to Shanahan and John Lynch.
I can't stand idiots. That's why I wanted. You know, I normally wear my Christian Herrera. Thank you for the Pando 316 shirt, but I had to wear my can't stand idiot shirts tonight. I had to because it's idiot. It's the hubris of this organization right now. And I'm telling you right now, if things do not get better, this season's looking real 9-8-ish. It's looking real wild card-ish with Seahawks winning the West. Okay, that's what it's looking like right now. Okay, things need to turn around real quick. And I'm talking about 9-8-ish, maybe getting the doggone wild card spot and being the 7th seed and then losing in the wild card round at best. Right now, that's what it's looking like. I'm telling you, that's what it's looking like. And they playing around. People, oh, you're not faithful. You're not one of the. You're an idiot. Shut up. I can't stand idiots. Because if you cannot look and see that your house is burning, you don't smell that. You don't smell that smoke. You can't tell that your house is burning and ain't upset about your house burning, trying to do something about it. That's hubris. Why is Nick Bosa still at his house? And you said back in May, we budgeted for this. Oh, really? Then how come he's not signed yet? Bottom line. And that's the thing. So that the delusion of the fandom, because y'all know what I'm about to say. Because y'all are 2 sensible Cowboy fans. You know your whole fan base is delusional as hell. 49er fans, y'all delusional too. I'm calling you out on it. If you're not upset about what's been going on this whole offseason in San Francisco, you're delusional. Bottom line, you are not paying attention to what's going on. It don't take you to read tea leaves. It don't take you to look at the entrails of animals or a crystal ball or none of like that to understand what's going on right now. It just take common damn sense. And John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan should be on the hot seat if this season falls through. Damn the hot seat. They need John Lynch. John Lynch doesn't need Eric. He needs to be fired off the planet.
Yeah, for sure.
Eric, it's just like I told you before we got on air. They're not moving with a sense of urgency
at all. At all.
Yeah.
You lost to Philadelphia, and we talked about this too. You lost to Philadelphia because you ran out of quarterbacks. I felt like y'all was gonna beat Philadelphia. You should have been in the Super Bowl with Kansas City. Now, who would have won? Whatever. But you lost the NFC Championship game because you ran out of quarterbacks. If Brock Purdy's your starter, fine. But Trey Lance should be your backup and not Sam Darnold.
And I don't have a problem with Brock Purdy being the starter. That's what people who with poor comprehension don't understand when I made my videos on TikTok. I don't have a problem with Brock Purdy being the starter. That's not the issue. But you are not going to convince me that Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen are better than Trey Lance. You're not going to convince me that. You'll never be able to convince me of that.
Yeah,
hell, at this point, the Cardinals just cut Colt McCoy. I would take Colt McCoy over Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen right now.
Mm-hmm.
Colt McCoy is capable. Hell, he got the same skill set as Brock Purdy.
He can ball. He beat our behinds.
He has the same skill set. I would take him over both of the guys that are behind Brock Purdy right now. If Brock Purdy suffers a significant injury this season, the Niners season is done.
Mm-hmm.
It's done.
Because no backup quarterback behind them, lack of a kicker, lack of a pass rush. That hurts a whole lot.
And that puts a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy, actually.
It really does.
Even if he is healthy. It
really does. Because Brock Purdy is going to have to uplift the 49ers to heights it's never been on.
And the thing is like that you had an opportunity to have a talented backup. But you made the wrong decision, Kyle Shanahan, just like you always do in big situations. Ooh, don't let me go there. Yes, Kyle Shanahan makes bad decisions.
Super Bowl with the Falcons, OC.
He's an OC for the Falcons. You basically, all you had to do is run the damn ball.
That's a crazy sneeze, Brandon.
All you do is run the ball. Super Bowl in 2019 against the Kansas City Chiefs. You have a 10.
You up 28-3. You're up 28-3.
I'm talking about when he was the head coach making all the decisions.
No, I know that part. I know where you're going. But look, either situation, your system is based on being able to run the ball, and we're gonna move on in a minute. Your system is based on being able to run the football. All your quarterback got to do is turn around, boom, hand to a running back, boom, turn to a running back, outside zone,
averaging
outside zone,
4 or 5 yards
boom,
a carry.
Boom, boom.
I'm not trying to trigger Eric. I'm not trying to gaslight Eric right now.
No, man, because you're not telling no lies. I'm not, man. You're telling the truth.
I mean, and like you told me, like you told us, they in the Super Bowl when Kyle Shanahan was coach of San Francisco, you guys were averaging like 5 to 6 yards a carry in that range.
Yes, and you got a 2-score lead.
Yeah,
there's 6 minutes left in the game. All you got to do is run the ball, and you win a 6th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So then let's go forward another year. Let's look at the next year. You're in the NFC. I'm sorry, that was the injury year. The year after that, I know Titus love that. He's the same. But the year after that, you're in the NFC Championship again against the Rams. That was the year that Deebo Samuel put the team on his back.
Mm-hmm.
He closed out the game against the Packers the week before, when you needed big plays at the end of the game. Deebo Samuel got 1 touch in the 4th quarter against the Rams in that game. Wow. Yes, we know Jaquiski Tartt dropped the interception. Yes, we know that. But Deebo Samuel got 1 touch in that game. Deebo Samuel, who basically made his bones punking the LA Rams his whole career since he's been in the league. Every time he's played the LA Rams, he's punked them. And you don't give him the ball against a team that basically all of them are his children. All of them should be named, last name should be Samuel. The whole defense in LA. that they Debo Samuel Jr.'s. That's all. It's like George Foreman. All his kids named George Jr. So you don't give him the ball in the fourth quarter. He got one touch in the fourth quarter. Kyle Shanahan. Moving forward to this past NFC Championship, you got the backup tight end trying to one-on-one block Hassan Reddick.
Tight ends can't block pass rushers.
Yeah, one of the best pass rushers in the league that particular year. And you got not George Kittle, the backup tight end. That's how Brock Purdy got hurt. Kyle Shanahan. I'm done. Now, most people gonna say, well, because there's people that's teams that's perennial losers and everything, and they always like, oh, well, Kyle Shanahan, y'all stay winning and y'all stay in the contention. That's part of the game. He does just enough to not get fired because he can throw that on the table. Well, you can't really fire me. I've had you in 3 NFC Championship games in the last 4 years. Yep. I've produced all of these all-pro players and but you can't close the deal. Thank you. He's terrible as a quarterback, a developer, Titus. Thank you. And he's terrible in decision making in big time situations. He folds like fresh laundry. He folds. And the thing about it is, what really irritates me, there's nothing wrong with making mistakes. There's nothing wrong with, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Oh man. That's okay. That would endear me to him. It's the arrogance. Have you ever watched the Kyle Shanahan press conference after a loss?
I haven't.
I have not.
No, because he won't take any accountability. He is narcissistic like nobody's business.
Oh, he don't take accountability, and you the head coach?
Nope.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna start paying attention to him.
And John Lynch, if he's fired from being the GM, John Lynch can go ahead and run for public office because he lies like the best politicians I've ever seen.
I'm not going there. Not on air.
So
give us some fans, and I do it on Patreon.
So the grease is crackling. The cornmeal, I'm rolling them in cornmeal right now, and I'm frying them up. Now, let me get on these Dallas fans that act like they won the Super Bowl because they got Trey Lance. I need y'all to understand something. Trey Lance is literally moving into the same role in Dallas that he had in San Francisco. He's still going to be – no, he ain't going to miss D'Amico. He got Steve Wilks. There's going to be a step back in the defense, but it'll come back up. Steve Wilks is probably the best candidate to – he'll probably get the head coaching job pretty soon because the defense will still be top 5.
And the thing is, hold before you get started, Steve Wilks should get another head coaching opportunity because that opportunity he had in Arizona was garbage.
Yes. So, but anyway, I digress from my point. I lost my point because I was answering.
Dallas fans.
Okay, so he's moving into the same role. He's going to be the third string quarterback in Dallas. And because he has to learn an entirely different offense now. Cooper Rush is the backup quarterback in Dallas. That's the thing.
He has on the offense that everyone else is still learning with the new OC.
Right. But these guys got a leg up on him because
for sure.
they were in camp. So he still got a learning curve. Now, in the future, because we talked about this off the air, Steve, in the future, could he supplant Cooper Rush because he has a higher upside? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And knowing that Jerry Jones made that trade for him, he gonna make sure he gonna stand on whoever the head coach's neck is. Hey, make sure he getting enough reps. Hey, make sure he's in the film room. So could it happen this year? There's an outside chance that there's a bunch of injuries that Trey Lance could be starting for the Cowboys in the playoffs against the 49ers and beat the 49ers. And this is one of the times as a 49er fan, I'm gonna just sit back and be like, the chickens have come home to roost.
Man, that would be something right there.
Could it happen? There's an outside chance. The probability is very low, but yes, there's still a chance.
Right.
In the near future, 2 years from now, the next season over, could that happen? Absolutely. Because if Dak keep dacking and throwing all them damn picks, because y'all need to stop acting like Dak is, because I see Cowboy fans, oh, Dak the quarter, he the starter, he ain't going nowhere. Hey man, 15 interceptions in 12 games say something different. Mm-hmm. And then his mouth is writing checks. His arm can't cash right now. He got to prove it. I'm gonna throw less than 10 interceptions.
Eric, the thing about it is too, Jerry Jones admitted that they wanted to draft Jalen Hurts when he came out of college.
Ooh.
That's number one.
Oh, yep.
And number two, like I told you before we started this show, the reason why Dallas got Trey Lance is because when they called San Francisco, they did not want San Francisco to hang up the phone on them. That's why he's in San Francisco. It's not because, hey, we should have traded. I get what you're saying, trading to AFC. Jerry Jones wasn't getting off the phone.
Hey, watch this. I had people like, hey, we like to talk to you about your car's extended.
Hey. Jerry Jones was not going to get off the phone. I know San Francisco would have gotten off the phone, but hey,
it's called call blocking. It's called if you know somebody talking a bunch of trash in your ear. Ludacris got a whole song about that.
Mm-hmm.
Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of noise that I ain't trying to hear? If John Lynch had any type of backbone or anything in that wrinkled up sack he called a scrotum, that if he had any of that, then he would have said, okay, we can talk, but you ain't coming at me with no fourth. John Lynch is still at fault for agreeing to a fourth for this man.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I have. It's not that Jerry Jones wouldn't get off the phone. And I'm like, look, man, you're going to go hide in the fourth. What? That's all you. That's it. That's all you got to do. Like if somebody want to buy my truck, I was like, hey, man, I'm going to give you $50 for that truck. Boop. Get out my face. Get all the way up my face. You are cordially, I write you an invitation. You are cordially invited to get the hell out of my face. That's all you got to do. So John Lynch is still at fault. I hear what you're saying, Brandon. I do. Because Jerry Jones is a wheel and a deal. And I get to, hey, man, I'm going to get on the phone with you, man. We're going to talk about this trade, man. Cowboys, hey, man. Look, I want some glory hole action. Look. Hang up.
Jerry Jones been a businessman because even before owning the Cowboys, he was an oil businessman.
Man, the point is, in the art of the deal, you got to know when to walk away when somebody's offering you some stuff. So Steve's got to go in a few minutes because he got some stuff to take care of, but we're gonna let him have some final thoughts on this whole thing.
No, man. I mean, everyone said everything, man. Dallas wins, San Fran. It's like they pretty much gave it away. It's like they gave away a pick to a conference rival in the same draft as Michael Parsons, and it's like they don't take their quarterback depth serious. On Dallas' side, Dak has to perform. There's a reason why Dak wasn't extended, and extending him would actually make a lot of sense financially for our organization, but we chose not to for a reason. So he has to perform. He has pressure on him. McCarthy has pressure on him. We're gonna see how it goes. I love the acquisition. I think all Cowboys fans like the addition of Trey Lance, to be completely honest. So that's all I got.
If you're a smart Cowboys fan, you definitely love.
It's a lot of potential there. It's a lot of potential there.
Because like I said, the man in high school did not play a lot of games. He played in the wing T offense, which is a 95% running offense. He gets to college. He plays 19 games. He goes pro. He starts 4 games. And he has the physical traits that are just up there. And all McCarthy has to do is just develop them. McCarthy, maybe not, might have extended his opportunity to stay in Dallas, depending on what he does with Trey Lance. Depending on what happens. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. I said maybe.
It's gonna look like he's gonna look like a genius with a reclamation project. Yeah. Like if he makes this work. So yes, this could save his hide.
Yeah,
it really could.
Yes.
And because everybody who's a sensible Cowboy fan knows that Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat right now. And the thing is like, the Trey Lance haters are so unequivocally hypocritical and unfair about it. Like I had this one clown to tell me, well, if Trey was good, he wouldn't have gone to FBS school. So you don't go to a D1 school. You can't play well in the NFL. Wait, I got more.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me cut you off. I'm sorry. We've had NFL players come out of D3 schools.
Yes, sir.
Division 3 schools.
Yes, sir. You ain't got to tell me. I went to a D2 school. I know a couple of friends that made it to the league that went to school with me in college. And we was D2. But then he says if Trey was good, then he would have played more than 10 games as a senior in college. It's like, oh, so you gonna blame COVID on Trey Lance now? Trey Lance started the pandemic. This is what somebody put in the comment box, and I challenged them to come on the show tonight. And I'm calling you out. I ought to call you Tony Source. I think that's your name. I said, come on the show tonight. Let's debate about it. Come in the comment box. I ain't seen him yet. Because basically, at the end of the day, you can sit up there and spit all of this foolishness, but at the end of the day, Pando 316 just proved you wrong. That's what happened. So anytime you want smoke, you're welcome to come on the show. Make sure you like and subscribe and come get this education. Because I don't get into debates that I can't win. Because guess what? If I'm not going to debate you, that means I agree with you. I'm not going to engage in stuff I can't win. But boy, let me tell you something. You had better pack a lunch when you get ready to come rumble with me. That's what I'm saying. So that's to all of y'all that's been in the comment sections, on our TikTok page, on our Facebook page, saying this, that, and the third, but was too scared to come on the doggone show. I'm calling you out. You're welcome to come on in anytime. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. You're welcome to come on in, but you better pack a lunch.
All right, Steve, if you got to go, man, we'll see you.
All right,
next week, man.
All right, guys.
Peace. All right. Pando, next topic.
Oh, man, Josh Jacobs got a deal, didn't he?
Yeah, man. 1-year contract worth up to $12 million. It's 11.8 base, $200,000 in incentives. That was not bad. 11.8 base. I was like, wow, okay. Talk to us.
Man, look, he got the best he could get. In this market, that's a pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, I'm not mad at him. The Raiders, it was a sensible offer, and he realized that he needed to take that sensible offer. The market, we've talked about it ad nauseum on this show, like week after week after week, because there's always something going on with a running back. And the market as it stands,
Go ahead.
The market as it stands right now is for running backs, it's not good and it's not going to get better.
It's not.
So he took that 1-year deal. You said 11.8, right?
11.8, yeah.
11.8, and he can make up to 12.
Yeah.
So a couple of $100,000 more.
$200,000 in incentives.
The Raiders made off with it, but he got the best he could get.
Yeah.
And now ask me what that deal gonna look like next year when this deal expires.
Yeah, good luck. Because there's another running back who did not get traded today, and he's on a PUP list, and Jonathan Taylor. And I'm like, well, who's better, Josh Jacobs or Jonathan Taylor? It's not going to really matter at the end of the day, because if Jacobs is at 11.8, Taylor's not going to get only but so much more, or he's going to be under that. So, now with him being on a PUP list, his trade value to me goes down, 1, and 2, now you got to wait to Halloween and be desperate to trade him, or you got to put him on a franchise tag, which I know you're not going to do next year. Colts, Jim Irsay, you're not going to put him on franchise tag.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry not to cut you off. Go ahead.
So what you going to do? You going to let him walk? Because you let him walk, then the only thing you're not going to get much out of it, because you don't even get some kind of compensatory pick, but you're not going to get that pick till 2025.
But here's the thing. As much as we don't like Jim Irsay, I think the four of us have kind of disdain for Jim Irsay.
Of course.
He's still holding all the cards in this deal.
That's true, but
he's holding all the cards.
No, I get that, but here's the thing. You want to try to get the most you can out of him if he doesn't want to be there. Because my thing is, now you have a disgruntled player in your locker room.
So you're saying basically they should go ahead and trade him and get something for him. But watch this. What can they actually really get for him of high value because of the
You're not okay. So now here's the thing. You're talking to a Cowboys fan. So we draft well, okay?
Right.
So that's not my problem. That's on Jim Irsay to do a better job of drafting. Because if you draft well, and you know how I am, if you draft well and you develop these players, If you trade Jonathan Taylor and you say, okay, you can't get much value for him, okay, then get a full 5th round pick for him, and that pick could be something nice.
But it could actually be another running back, honestly, if you know
yeah,
how.
Good. There you go. There you go.
But traditionally the Colts don't draft well in their later rounds.
Well, whose fault is that?
Preach to the choir.
Here's my thing. You are the owner of a franchise, okay? Your goal is to try to win a Super Bowl every year. That should be your goal.
Absolutely.
One of the best ways to do that is to scout. Scout, draft, develop the players so you can build a team. Now, if you need to give up a 5th round pick for Brandon Cooks type player, fine. If you need to trade a 5th round pick for a Stephon Gilmore type player, fine. Do that. But you draft
the picks. When you get those picks via trade, you have to do something valuable with them.
I know
you can't miss on them. No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just piggybacking on what you're saying. But so it's the thing. The thing is, Jim Irsay has traditionally not done well.
No,
and the thing is, this is what I think is going to happen with the Jonathan Taylor situation. That was a nice segue, by the way. We went from Josh Jacobs to Jonathan Taylor.
Well, yeah, because running backs.
But I think as the season goes on, if something happens before the trade deadline, I think they'll move him to a team that's desperate.
Yeah.
That's when they'll make that move. Remember when Christian McCaffrey got traded?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So like let's say that team is just cheeks this year. Okay.
Which they probably will be.
Yeah. So let's say the Colts are cheeks this year and it's getting close to the trade deadline. Okay, well, we need to go ahead and start putting together some draft picks so we can try to make a push next year. That's when I think he'll get moved. I think
that's probably what Jim Irsay is probably banking on. My thing is, well, like I said, I'm all about scouting, drafting, developing my players, but that's on Jim Irsay. He wants to, you making money doing what you're doing, have at it, go ahead, sit on your hands and, keep acting like this and, all that other stuff. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Go join Looney Tunes and Tiny Toon Adventures and whatever, and, whatever. But that's on you, man. That's on you. That's not my team. I don't care. I already told you what my philosophy is.
Yeah. I think that if it was any other franchise, I just don't feel like the Colts are very well run. And
of course not, but look,
and we're beating a dead horse here because we've talked about.
Look. Trisha has brought it up in our Marco Polo. He didn't do Edgerrin James right. He didn't do Marshall Faulk right. He didn't do Peyton Manning right. He didn't do Andrew Luck right. Now Jonathan Taylor is just another notch in the belt.
As soon as you wear out your usefulness in his mind, not wear out your usefulness, but wear out your usefulness in Jim Irsay's mind, then we're going to push you over to the side and then we're going to see what we can get for you and whatnot. But I do understand why him not wanting to pay Jonathan Taylor top dollar.
I get it too, but
yeah,
move on.
You gotta move on and get.
You don't want to be there. And thing is, he was spoiled by having Tony Dungy as head coach and Peyton Manning quarterback. If you did not land Peyton Manning at quarterback, you could. Did they have they had a number 1 overall pick because Ryan Leaf went number 2, right? I think.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf was 2. Yeah.
Yeah, he went number 2. So suppose they would have gotten Ryan Leaf.
Yeah, that'd have been really bad.
Yeah. Exactly.
That'd have been really bad. But they chose correctly that time.
Yes.
But the old saying, I had a broken watch that was right twice a day. So,
okay.
But yeah.
You're right. He's a broken watch.
But so today was the deadline to cut down to the 53
Yes.
for all NFL teams. And I'm going to tell you now, and there's too many players to talk about. We will be on here for another 2 hours.
Yeah, we're not going through all that. Nah, we got you. We got you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
There are some guys who have been cut that wouldn't make the team that they were on in the preseason, but would easily make a roster for another team. Keep your eyes open. I'll probably make a few TikToks about it this week about guys who got cut from one team and got signed to the active roster on another team. Because they're not through moving. This is not the final 53.
No, it's not.
I was talking to some buddies of mine, and they were like, hey, this is our final 53. I said, no, it's not. I said, watch. There's gonna be some other moves being made because really good players that got cut.
Right, but it's not just that. It's also the fact that you had to keep certain players. You had to cut some players off your roster to then go into tomorrow and then move players onto injury reserve so that way they can return. Because if you had them on injury reserve today, they out for the season.
They out for the season.
So that's one of the reasons why they didn't. There's not the final 53, and then another reason is because they're gonna try to claim some players off the 53. So there were some guys who got cut. The Saints cut cornerback Bradley Roby after they attempted to trade him, but I guess they got nothing for it. So Bradley Roby's been cut.
And see, they have smart teams, smart GMs that look around and say, hey, you know what? I like this guy. I'm not trading for him because I know the word around the campfire is he'll probably be cut. And I can get him for nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just got to sign him. That's it. I don't have to give up a draft capital or another player. So the smart ones, they're sitting there. They just kind of waiting to see what's going on. Yep. I give you an analogy. If you know anything about shrimp boats have what's called bycatch.
Okay.
Bycatch is fish that get caught in the shrimp nets, but they still nice fish to eat.
Okay.
And a lot of times, instead of going fishing, you go to shrimp boats, and they give that bycatch away sometimes. So these guys that are getting cut that they couldn't get traded, that's bycatch. And you can get those guys for nothing. Hey, man. And then you willing to deal. You go to the table, you're sitting there going, hey, man, your team cut you, dog. I'm not going to give you a top dollar. You can come get an opportunity to make more money. Come sign this 1-year deal with me. Especially if you're a contending team. If a guy gets cut from a team that's middle of the road or not very good, but a contending team comes knocking, hey, man, we're going to give you a 1-year deal to come prove yourself and maybe get an opportunity at a ring.
Hey.
They're going to jump at that for dirt cheap. Mm-hmm. So it's all about the art of the deal. It's all about the art of the deal. If you know what you're doing as a GM, John Lynch, if you know what you're doing, then you could get some depth on your team. This is a perfect time to get depth. This is the clearance rack. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just on clearance. It's brand new. It's just on clearance. Or it's slightly used, but still in great condition. It's just on clearance. Because, man, some of these rookies that got cut today, I can just speak for just my team. I saw some rookies get cut. I'm like, wow, he's actually pretty good. I know he got caught in the numbers game. Damn, I hope he clears waivers so he can get signed to the practice squad. Because if he doesn't clear waivers, there's going to be a team that's going to snatch this guy up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rookies that played really well in the preseason, and maybe, just maybe, if the team that they were on was keeping 6 of that position and he was the 7th guy.
Right.
But he's still a really good player. You could fill your whole practice squad and your bench with these guys.
Yeah. And
in this day and age, with the injuries the way they happen in the NFL, the word is depth. Because you're gonna have injury. It's not a situation of if. It's a situation of when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
There's a quarterback who got cut by the Cardinals. If you need a second string quarterback,
Colt McCoy.
Sign him. Colt McCoy. Because Colt McCoy can come in, learn your system. He's been through different teams, so he knows a lot of systems. He can probably pick up, pretty well. Come in, be a backup. If you need a backup,
Let me
I'll
tell you
bring him
something.
in.
Doctor, let me tell you something. I would take Colt McCoy. I would trade Brandon Allen and Sam Darnold for Colt McCoy to back up Brock Purdy. I would. I would. Because Colt McCoy beat us one time with our top-ranked defense. We're the top 5 defense. Colt McCoy carved us up. So, I'll take Colt McCoy. If you don't think Colt McCoy still got something left in the tank, and I ain't talking about as a starter, but if your starter goes down for 4 games, Colt McCoy will win you 2 of them. At least. He'll win you 2 of them at least.
Right.
Yeah. He's solid. Is Gardner Minshew with a team now?
Gardner Minshew.
That's another one. He's a
Wait a
solid.
minute, he got let go by Philly?
I'm asking.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Philly, the Colts. Hold on.
I'm asking.
Let me find out.
Because that's another solid backup quarterback.
He is, I guess, still with the Colts.
Okay, so he's okay. Because the way they finna run Anthony Richardson into the ground, they're gonna need Gardner Minshew.
Of course they are.
Because I think I think the Colts are gonna mismanage Anthony Richardson the same way that the Niners mismanaged Trey Lance.
The same way the Panthers mismanaged Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, same thing. I think they're gonna mismanage him. They're gonna get him injured.
And it's sad. It's sad because you have a special quarterback with all these physical traits, man, and you just don't know how to develop him.
He's just raw. You gotta develop him. He's raw.
And I'm gonna keep saying this. Cam Newton, I know his best season was 2015, but my favorite season of Cam Newton was his first year with Norv Turner. I thought that this was not a match made in heaven, but Norv Turner adjusted to Cam Newton, and Cam Newton adjusted to Norv Turner, and Cam Newton, his completion percentage was damn near 69%, and I was just in awe. I was like, had Carolina did this to Cam Newton from day one, they probably would have gone to 2 Super Bowls, maybe winning one of those. But you did not develop him. I don't care who it is, whether it's Andrew Luck, whether it's Cam Newton, whether it's Trey Lance, you have to develop your quarterback. You need to protect your quarterback. Your quarterback needs a play caller, and he needs playmakers. You guys gonna hear me say this again on this show one day. I don't know when, but that's what you need to do with these quarterbacks when you draft them in the first round, especially when you give up a whole lot to get them, or you just happen to be drafted number 1 overall and you happen to get this quarterback. You got to take care of them.
Yeah. It's very rare that you find a quarterback that's plug and play. It's a young quarterback that's plug and play.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's very rare.
I know.
Because I still to this day feel like, and again, I'm gonna be real with you. I hope he turns out to be what people are saying he is, but we still don't. The jury is still out on Brock Purdy.
Of course.
If you hadn't played a full 16 games, 16 starts, you're still a rookie. And I hope that, me being a Niners fan, I hope that he turns out to be as great as people are just, Brock Purdy. I hope so. But let's pump the brakes. Let's not crown him just yet. Now what he has going for him is that he started his first game as a freshman at Iowa State. And he started ever since. He never lost the mantle. So that's a plus. He's played a lot of football. That's what he had over Trey Lance. As we kind of close out tonight, we could close where we started. But let's not sit up here and act like he's all that. He only started 7 games, 8 if you count the NFC Championship. And hey man, people got excited when we traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. He played 5 games and went off. And everybody's like, oh, he did ex Joe Montana. How did that end? Because there was somebody in the comment box that was talking about, well, only difference is that we know that Brock Purdy is the real deal. I say after 7 games, I said Jimmy played 5 and he wasn't even a rookie. And how did that end up? How did that end?
Hey.
Come on now. So let's not be so quick, one, The moral of the story tonight is let's not be so quick to condemn a quarterback. 2, let's not be so quick to praise him. We'll deal the Niners Winston. You know what? I'll take Trey Winston. I'll take Winston over Darnold. Yeah, Jameis Winston over Sam Darnold any day. When I tell you I have zero faith in Sam Darnold, if he has to step on the field for any meaningful downs for this team, it's going to be a problem. Especially if it's against a good defense.
Now, let me respond to that. If I'm New Orleans, I would not make that move because
I wouldn't either.
More than likely, you're going to win this division.
You need quarterbacks.
And you need quarterbacks. I mean, if you lose David Carr, you still have Jameis Winston. I mean, I still think you can win the division even with Jameis Winston healthy. Yeah. And you get to the playoffs.
And thank you for the comments. That's really something worth talking about right there for a second.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, that you need quarterbacks. Man, I'm telling you, as a fan of a team that was down to our 4th-string 30-something-year-old quarterback who hadn't played it down any damn well, in the NFC Championship game, a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, he was shell-shocked as all get out. No, you need quarterbacks. You need quarterbacks that can actually contribute to your offense. So Derek Carr is going to be fantastic in New Orleans, but I have no doubt about that. But you definitely want to hold on to Jameis Winston because that is a very good. Come on, man, you talking about a Heisman candidate backup? You know what I'm saying? A guy who, he threw them 30 picks and 30 touchdowns, but he's better than what most teams have at backup. Hey, man.
Yes.
Titus, yes. I got Sam Darnold, Titus. Be glad you have Jameis Winston. I'll take Jameis Winston.
I'm sure Eric will agree with me with this. He'd probably rather have Cooper Rush over Sam Darnold.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the thing. Man, Titus and Eric James are both Saints fans. They are talking of a blue streak in the comment section.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, man, this has been our show tonight. I think I made my point tonight. So, and yes, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook, Spotify, all of those platforms. And we're going to say what we're going to say. Just be prepared to get called out if you say some crazy stuff. Because we're going to challenge you to come on the show. And you better be ready to defend it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the worst thing you want is if you say something crazy and all 4 of us are on here and we all agree. Because we're going to all jump. You're going to get jumped. You're going to get intellectually and verbally jumped. You do not want this guy over here pulling out stats on your behind left and right off the top of his head, making you look dumb. You don't want me screaming in your ear and coming up with all kind of analogies and everything else to make you sound dumb. You don't want Tristan. Tristan gonna do it in a calm voice. He's gonna say, well, I really feel like you're wrong, and here's why. But he gonna make you look stupid too. Okay? So if you enjoy the show, please like and subscribe.
Hit the thumbs up button.
Hit the thumbs up button. And if you don't like us, hit the thumbs up button twice. So let us know. Hit the thumbs down button twice. Looking for Jimmy G now, E. Why? Why would I look for Jimmy G? No, Jimmy can stay his behind over there in Las Vegas and be cheeks with them. No. Well, he got Josh Jacobs now. They might be all right. Me and Titus are growing and jump in the comments too.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, short of all ages, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. That's what we're live on. And yes, I'm still say Twitter. I don't care. I told y'all last week I'm still say Twitter. I don't care. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, IG, and TikTok. Okay. You can listen to us on Google, Apple, and Spotify podcasts. I'm your quarter host, NFL Encyclopedia. He just told you I'll pull out stats on you. That's why
he will. And he'll do it off the top of his head. I'll go look
him my up. Head too. You'll be like,
I'll go look him up, but he'll be like, hey, you know, Sam Darnold started 55 games.
Yep, there you go.
I was like, well, okay, thank you for telling me that. I'm gonna use that in my argument. Thank you.
I'm the Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing too. Because Tristan's the main quarterback. I'm the Wildcat quarterback. Okay, it's a difference. For those who don't know, there's a difference. If you don't know the difference, ask me.
I play defense and I hit hard. That's what I do. That's how I come at you. I'm gonna hit you hard, just like I play linebacker.
And guess what? He can't stand idiots, and he always got hot grease and cornmeal. That's Pando 316. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, again for coming on to our show.
We are live again
next Tuesday. First show right before the regular season start. I'm assuming
and those picks are on deck.
I was going to say I'm assuming we're going to have Eric's picks, so be on the lookout for that. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Peace.